guys something. When you're feeding your birds, just a little tip. Really, this is a great time to really keep an eye on your birds. You see how they just like little sharks. I got one bird right here. Of course, she's an old timer. We've had her for, oh my gosh, a long time. She didn't pick up a single piece of corn or any of the seed. Just a little tip. Keep an eye on your birds when you feed them. They should be attacking when you feed them. But this one right here, she's all by herself. I think, I don't know. She looks to be in good health, but she might be having a bad morning. Hey everybody, welcome back to Kinfolk Farm. This is Shane. Just got through feeding these guys, letting them pick up the last bit of seed. They're down there fighting it out. We're actually in the vineyard today. Today's February 1st. Perfect time to be pruning your trees, getting them ready for the springtime, shaping the trees the way you want them shaped, and pruning your vines back on your muscadines so you'll have a good production, some great production this summer. These first 2 rows, we planted these the first year we were here. And the other 4 rows, we added them in the second year, and now this is the 3rd year we're starting on the big pasture, getting all those put in. But February is a perfect time to be out pruning your trees. We're going to do that today. We're going to try to knock back some of all these long laterals, and we're going to get these things a little tighter so we'll have a lot more fruit production this summer. This is my wife's, I call this my wife's row. When we first planted these, I planted a row of muscadines and a row of Scourgenongs. The Scourgenongs are the more brownish green grapes, and the muscadines are the purple grapes. But my wife is an absolute freak when it comes to these Scourgenongs. She absolutely loves them. And I just want to do a little before and show y'all all these vines and show you what it's a little before, show you what it's going to look like when I get done with it. I just want to walk you down the vine. When I get done with it, it'll be really nice, really clean and tight, and ready to put on some grapes this summer. Okay guys, looking at a plant, the first thing I want to do is I start where the roots are at, up out of the ground, and if I find anything coming off this main trunk, I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's just one wild one growing off the main trunk right here. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. Come up where my split's at, and I come down the wire, and I meant to show y'all this earlier, but when you have these laterals that come off, all these laterals that come off the main vine here, we're going to trim all these back. And now when you find one that comes up and has a fork, cut that fork like that, and that'll give you a lot more fruit production. If you have one that's just a single, leave it as a single. You want to count like 3 buds, 1, 2, 3. But if you have one that has a fork in it, you just count a couple of buds like that. I keep messing up with the camera, but you'll cut it like that, and that'll leave you a nice fork. Holds a lot more fruit. This one right here has a fork, but it's way down. I'm just going to cut it there so I can keep it a little tighter on the vine. And see, that's, for instance, this lateral right here is just one single vine. One single vine. See, I got 1, 2, 3 buds. I'm going to cut that. This one's the same way. I'm going to cut that, but you really don't have to overthink it. Pretty simple. When they just have one vine that comes off, you want to count 2 or 3 buds and cut it. And if they have a fork, leave your fork, just count a couple of buds. Pretty simple. here's one of my muscadines. It's, see how tight it looks? It just looks a lot tighter and cleaner. And this is only a second year muscadine, so it's really looking good. Put out a little bit of fruit last year. This year it ought to do fantastic. But the muscadines, I think it's the varieties I planted, didn't do all that well compared to the Scourgenongs. You can look at the trunks on them. You can see the trunk on this one compared to the trunk on this Scourgenong. It's just giant. This is just a 2-year plant, and it just went ridiculously. It just took over. That's why I'm kind of doing the muscadines first. It's a lot easier to do. Okay, everybody, that's a nice clean muscadine plant. The way I do it is anything that forks, any of the laterals that come off and fork, I'll just count a couple buds and leave the fork. Any lateral that comes off by itself, I'll cut it. You know, just a few inches, 3 or 4 inches off the vine. But anything forked, I try to leave it. That'll give us a great fruit production. I think if you cut your forks off, I think you're cutting off a lot of your fruit production. So anything that forks, I'll try to leave forked. See, for instance, that. Anything that runs single, I'll just cut single. It's really pretty simple. Really pretty simple. But they look good. They really look good once you get them trimmed up. But this is only a 2-year plant. The first year, you want to get your growth up and out each way. Second year, you'll get a little fruit. We got a little fruit off these last year. But this year should be the year that we really pour on fruit. Now these Scourgenongs, like I say, these Scourgenongs, they went crazy this year. I don't know if they get a little extra sun. I don't know if you see this is in the shade. That's in the sun. And that sun comes up over them pines. But I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, possibly. But they clean up really well. And like I say, all my single laterals, I just count 1, 2, 3 buds, cut it. 1, 2, 3 buds. And you really don't have to be that specific. But anything that forks, such as for that one, it come off and forked. I left that on there. Really simple. Let me just show y'all something I just noticed when I'm over here under that tree. It's like every chicken we have, except for the one I told you was acting funny. She's scratching. She's just getting old. But every chicken we have and turkey, they're all sitting under that tree. Or those trees. Except for her, she's the only one. She's scratching and digging. Just a little observation. Okay guys, I don't know if you remember that big mess of Scourgenongs that was right here, but I want you to look at how well that cleaned up. This thing is just going to pour on the fruit. It is really going to pour on the fruit. But just remember when you're pruning, leave your forks. I count a couple of buds. Your single laterals, just leave one. It's pretty simple, pretty simple. But these things have just gotten way out of control. And it's only, like I say, this is only a 2nd-year plant. Or this is actually 3rd year. This is going in the 3rd year, but a lot of growth. They just really took off. Okay, everybody, I wanted to show you, this is the after, what everything looks like. They just look fantastic. Ready for the spring, summer. Nice and trimmed up. This one right here just went absolutely ridiculous. This thing had laterals coming out, went all the way the length of this and all the way down about halfway to the others. And this is just a 2nd-year plant. It went absolutely crazy. And it makes me mad because these 2 rows, when we first put them in, these 2 rows, we really took care of them. I was out here every other week, just like you're supposed to, doing all the proper fertilizing, everything I was supposed to do. And the other 4 rows, as you can tell, the first year they should have been up and all the way to the length of each one of these poles. But I didn't fertilize them. I worked so much last year. I didn't do anything with these plants. But this year is going to be a different year. I'm just going to be on these muscadines like crazy. I am really excited. I can really see the difference from when we took care of them and when we didn't. Those we just let go, and I should have really, I kicked myself for not taking better care of them. Because this year they could have put on fruit. Okay, everybody. I really appreciate y'all sticking with me through this video, learning how to prune some muscadines. I hope y'all got something out of it. I'll be honest. For this to be such a small, short little video, it was one of my hardest ones to to make. I had such a hard time explaining what I'm doing, but it's really, really simple. Get out there. It's wintertime. Here comes my help now that I'm done.
How you cut all these trees?
I had to get them trimmed up, buddy. You ready to help clean up?
Yeah.
All right. You got your truck. We're going to put some in the back of your truck.
Yeah.
You got your new shovel?
Yeah.
Hop out. Let me see that thing. Mason, we got him a new shovel. He broke his last shovel last week. Let me see it. Show everybody your new shovel. Woo! That's a nice one. You ready to put some vines in?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow, right? Maybe tomorrow. Guys, like I say, I appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe to our channel if you're not a subscriber. Hit the like button. Get out there and plant you some fruit trees. Wintertime is a nice lull going on right now where everybody's just sort of bored and running out of stuff to do. Plant some trees right now. This is the perfect time to plant. They're all dormant. Plant them right now. Blueberries, apples, plums. I love plum trees. They grow ultra fast. Blueberries are easy to grow. Muscadines are easy to grow. Get out there and plant yourself some stuff. It's wintertime. It's time to do it. Right, Mace? Right. All right, guys. We'll see y'all guys on the next video. Thanks again.